Hey folks, welcome to Jangbricks. Hope you're all well. In today's video, it's a rebuild mock of the 2015 Ocean Explorer ship set 60095, which was one of the best they'd ever done. But I reckon I've massively improved this set. I've added an extra floor, a detailed interior, a brand new fully articulated crane, submarine and dinghy. First, I'll talk about the old set and then discuss the new 2020 version to explain how I came to rebuild it into this, but hang on until the end as well to get a full tour of the ship and its interior. So this is how it used to be, a pretty simple set, and at the time in 2015 it was great, but it did have a few niggles as far as play goes. Although it had a crane, it was really restrictive and it couldn't move up or down or even side to side or even rotate. It is just the actual cable or the winch that could turn to lift up the submarine. Also, the set came with 2 subs and a shark cage for minifigures, but there was nowhere to put any of these. There's no rear deck on the ship or internal storage, and although the new shape hull is interesting with the gap at the back, it means far less play space. But it really made up for it as a playset with all the accessories, an octopus, 3 sharks and a swordfish, and this cool wreck which had all these gold bars to discover as well. It was great. Fast forward to 2020 and the new Ocean Explorer ship is out and it uses 2 of those hulls, which creates this big gap in the middle, which is a cool idea. They've addressed the storage problem as well. As you can see, there's the large doors at the front which house the sub, and that also doubles as a helicopter landing pad. They've addressed the crane issue too, and the crane they've made is superb. It slides on a track, it's strong too, and it has like a full range of movement. The set also boasts a new great white shark, which is so cool, and there's a wrecked ship and a dinghy and the same kind of shark cage that came with the old set. All around it's fantastic. Now, I was considering getting this set as we really enjoyed the old one, and as I've mentioned, they've pretty much solved all the problems. And then I watched Jangbricks' review, and I really trust and value his opinion as he got back into LEGO around the same time I did, and I've been following him for years. And it was only when I saw it built next to him that I decided there's no way I'm gonna buy a 1 meter long LEGO boat, no matter how good it is. But I was looking at that crane, see where it is, and the main tower too. It's all on the same side. It's all contained on one hull. If you look at the lower left, you can see where the join is. And this got me thinking, can I just do all of this on the old 2015 single hull ship? And I was thinking back to the LEGO Technic Ocean Explorer, which came out a few years ago, and especially the crane, and there's just something about this set that really appeals to me too, and having an actual deck out back, and facing this way as well, I prefer it to the oil tanker looking 2021. So here we go, let's take a closer look. And the superstructure is roughly the same, but of course I've added a lot more details. I changed the edge of the rooftop here and put lots of tiles as well. And of course there's a wee parrot on the top, as you can see. There is access through these hatches, but also at the back. Now let's take a closer look in the interior. I've used the LEGO instructions app online, and I suppose I am lucky that I have all the parts needed, but of course I just use them as a guide. I've also added a lot more than the instructions. I've used trans bricks here at the bottom instead of window pieces, but I kept the dark blue and red colour scheme for this section. Around the back, there's these large white doors for extra access, and the interior for the bridge, I've built it according to the instructions, and I can't fault the LEGO design here, it's just fantastic. I have extended the edges of the bridge though, with these big searchlights and viewing area for this fella to bark some orders down at the crew on the deck. So let's split the deck here, and hey, what's inside? It's the crew sleeping quarters, and this is just the same kind of build as the 2020 set, but of course I've added lots of little details. I've decorated this lassie's room, and she's got some nice bed covers and a wee storage area for our diving helmets. For this old dude, he's got a nice yellow colour scheme with a traditional patterned quilt, and there's a wee display on the side, maybe a TV or something. That's actually a printed tile from an old Aquanaut set from back in the day. And you know what, I think this deck is such a great addition. It's the perfect height as well. It really adds to the superstructure, and of course it gives more play features. In the lower deck, I've continued the crew area. There's a wee galley kitchenette in the side with a wee dining table, and I've kept this simple. I like using those Lego drawer parts as well, and this yellow one fits really well here. This lassie, she's on her break now, and she's reading Moby Brick. And her area is like a map room or a navigation office. It's just an excuse to put maps on the wall, I kinda like that. So on the rear deck, there's a crate of equipment, flippers and air tanks and all that kind of stuff, and there's some divers, and I kept the original orange fenders. I like them better than tyres, and this kind of ship wouldn't have tyres anyway, it would have proper rubber fenders like these. Of course the track for the crane is a lot shorter, but it is built and it functions the same. It's a straightforward design using those sliding Lego plates, and it's just enough movement to be useful, and it also means I've been able to include a decent sized deck area. I finished it off with yellow tiles and some wooden printed pieces, which I think makes it look quite realistic. Oh, and there's a wee ducky there as well. This area I've made white, but in the new 2020 set this is dark blue. But I wanted to keep the whole tower mostly white, and I've kept it the same height. It gives it good proportions. I'll pop this down, and once I add the tower back, you can see what I mean. It's the perfect height now. I really think the 2015 version was too low, and this just overall looks fantastic. I'm lucky that we've looked after this set too, and the side stickers are in good condition. Even the colours from that logo, it still fits perfectly well with the 2020 version. The crane, it is brilliant. What a great design. The track is smooth as well, and it's easy to operate. This turns to give you up or down, and the end lowers the hook on a separate winch. I did have to pinch that clear Technic part for the gears from a Republic Arc 170 fighter, so it's kind of tricky if you don't have one of those parts. The hook for the sub to attach to the crane is under the canopy, but that's okay. It's quite an interesting design for the submarine, and I really like it. I'll line this up and I'll show you the range of movement here and why this is such a good crane. I mean, I can properly play with this. Lowering the sub down and that, I think this alone is a good enough play feature. I mean, for kids, this is just amazing fun. It's really sturdy too, and not fiddly like lots of Lego cranes. And the deck area is a good size, and you can winch all sorts of stuff on here with the crane as well. I can even put this sort of crates of treasure or sea life, all sorts of things. I've already seen the kids really utilising that space. Here's my dinghy. It's fully equipped for diving expeditions, and I've added loads of wee details. I was quite lucky to have one of those hose pieces in yellow and black. On the 2020 set, this is actually the rear of the ship, and this crane is a wee thing at the back with a small platform, but I've extended the arm and made this platform a bit bigger, and I'm using this part of the deck for storage. There's crates of equipment and tools, there's gas cylinders for welding, and I've got this crew man. He's trying to rescue these ducks with a donut, as it's a dangerous place for duckies. And now you can see the dinghy is in its place now, and it's not too big that it looks out of scale, and it's really easy to lower this. As I say, I copied the same kind of design for the crane, just extended a bit, and I absolutely love this feature. It's really cool. For the sub, I've used the new 2020 instructions for this, but I didn't have all the parts. The arms are the same, But unfortunately I don't have one of those canopies in clear trans, I have a smoky trans one, but it's fine. And the hook is inside, and the reason this doesn't balance perfectly is because I've used these heavier curved red pieces because I don't have the smaller part that they use. But what a great looking sub. This is such a neat design. I really like this, and it fits on the deck perfectly as well. So overall, I'm really happy with this rebuild. I mean, really chuffed. I can't believe I managed to fit all of this onto that single hull, and I didn't need to spend £100 on a new set, and I've essentially achieved the same. Also, I don't need to find a big shelf to put it on, as this is not insanely massive. If you're new to the channel, you might not know that a huge chunk of what I do is rebuilding existing sets, and I always set out to improve them and add play value and features. And I hope I've managed to achieve that with this one. I certainly think so. So hey, let me know if you've done something similar. Are you a fan of the Ocean Explorer range? Let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more videos like this, simple mocks, money saving tips, and my micro Gotham City updates, then why not subscribe to the channel and hit the notifications bell too so you don't miss a thing. And whilst you're here, why not check out some of my other videos too? And I'll catch you next time. Bye!